Hi, this is Cecilia from Tarot by Cecilia, and today is Sunday, January 16th, 2022. The tarot card for today is the King of Pentacles, and this one comes to us from a rather different deck called the Dark Days Tarot. If you've been listening for a while, then you have probably heard me call this card the ultimate dad card, especially when it comes out on the weekend, on a Saturday or a Sunday. And the reason being is that this guy isn't just about, bringing home the paycheck. He is very nurturing and caring, and his goal and everything that he thinks of, it's like it is tied to financials most of the time, because he wants to be able to provide for those he cares about. So, his being here is really a very good sign today, if you ask me. We have a Cancer moon, which tends to reinforce this, because Cancer also is focused on security, the family, the home. And of course, tomorrow we're having a full moon in Cancer. And I want you to, if you're able, make sure you have a listen to the full moon Cancer guidance when it comes out. So what if you're a woman? And what if, you're whoever, and you're asking yourself the question, well, does this mean that it only goes as far as, providing? There's a lot more that's to it, because you're concerned about the well-being and how those you love have what they need. Now, this applies to everyone, male, female. It really does not matter. And it has nothing, like I said, really nothing to do with the amount of money that you make. And I've given this example before, but I will give it again. You could be a homeless parent, living in a car with your kids, making sure they get to school every day and that they're fed, but maybe you can't afford a roof over their head. That doesn't make you any less of a king or a queen of pentacles. It shows that you're doing your best. And I really think that that's what matters here the most. Now, I want to talk about something else that's going on. It's a conjunction between the sun and Pluto. And while it doesn't have that much to do with today's card, I think it's very important to be aware of, because there is a manipulative vibe that's in the air, okay? Trying to make people do what you want them to do. Now, whether you're the one doing this or you're on the receiving end, I think it's important to be aware of it. Your own behavior should not reflect this, and you also want to protect yourself from this type of behavior from others. It's just one of those kind of controlling, when you start thinking about it, because it's definitely not a King of Pentacles vibe that's going on here. But when you start thinking about it, there are situations that people may be in which can become dire. And I'm just going to go ahead and talk here, because I saw this on the news, a few days back, I guess it was. And Ronnie Spector, I don't know what decade that goes back to, 60s, 70s, 50s, I'm not even sure. But anyway, she was in this abusive, controlling marriage. It was probably one of the most specific examples of control that I've seen, to the point where this guy even adopted 2 children in order to control her, to keep her home, and she eventually escaped. So if you don't know that story, check it out, because it's very, very interesting. But we have these kind of things that take place, and people who are in those situations, like I said, the situations could become very dire. We have a lot going on at the moment, and I'm not going to get into it all in detail, because I've covered it in lengthier guidances that are available on my subscription platforms. But we've got the full moon coming up in Cancer. We've got Uranus going direct. We have the north and south nodes switching signs. We have the sun moving into Aquarius, and I feel like I'm missing a couple. All right, so, and of course Mercury and Venus are both retrograde. So there's a lot going on right now. To have this steady, reliable, dependable King of Pentacles here, very grounding influence. And I think He will serve you well today, and you want to remember to be him. I want to thank you all very much for being here. I'll see you here again tomorrow, and as always, have a great day.